But a lot of people are going to be thinking, even if they don't love the style of this, when they look at the working, they're going to be thinking, yeah, F you, Hermes. You have tried to do this, you've tried to make this hierarchy, you've tried to make this exclusivity, you've tried to make us feel like we are not good enough to get your bag. Hello, welcome back to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk about the Walmart Birkin, or the Workin. The Walmart version of the Hermes Birkin. I was minding my own business over on TikTok because I've recently started a TikTok account and it's viral. Every TikTok I'm coming across is talking about the Walmart Birkin, and it's people unboxing the Walmart Birkin or showing it or talking about trying to get it and wanting to get it, and it's effectively a dupe of the Hermes Birkin, and it's being called on TikTok the Walmart Birkin, as blatant as that, or the Workin, which I actually think that's pretty cool, Workin. But what? I came across it and I kept flicking thinking, what is this? What am I watching? What is going on? So I went on to Walmart because we don't have Walmart in the UK and Ireland. And I have to tell you, I was a bit raged that we don't have Walmart, because the Walmart version of the Birkin looks like this. Take off the rodeo. And it looks like this. And from watching some of the unboxings or the unveilings on TikTok, it comes with the little clochette. It comes with the lock. I actually don't think I have mine on it. And it looks just like this. It's effectively a dupe or a copy of the Birkin. Apparently it's made of real leather. It's $78. And so far it comes in about 5 or 6 colours. And they had a fabulous orange one. And I was a little bit raged that it was sold out. And a little bit raged that we don't have one in the UK or Ireland. And how was I going to get one? Because it looks just like this. And don't get me wrong, I am not somebody who chooses to wear counterfeits or fakes. That's personal choice, and it's not the choice that I make. I have a Birkin that I paid a reseller a ridiculous amount of money to get in exactly the specifications that I wanted. I love Hermes. Since getting the Mini Kelly, I have become much more of an Hermes lover. Before I was a little bit, yeah, I'm done with that, because I didn't think that the Mini Kelly was ever going to happen from the store. The price of these on the resale market is ridiculous, and I just thought this isn't going to happen, and I refused to buy things that I don't want, and I never did buy things that I didn't want. I do have the blanket, which I love. I have a pillow, which I love. I have a plate, and I actually have on today by chance 2 of my Hermes click-clack bracelets. I really love those. There's things in Hermes that I love. I think they do very well. And I think they do leather very, very well. They do colour amazingly, which speaks to me because I love colour. So the thing about the Birkin for me is the Birkin in bright colours. I think it's fabulous. And the Mini Kelly was always a dream bag of mine. I just thought it wasn't going to happen. But one of the things about being such a colour lover, and I said this in a recent video, is I want to collect these little things in all the colours. And when one takes into account the price of these, that's not going to happen. And when you look at the Walmart version of the Workin or Birkin, it is such a good dupe. Now, I'm going to be careful what I say here, because I am not saying that I'm suddenly not going to want to buy Hermes bags and I am just going to want to have dupes. No, I'm not saying that at all. And to be completely frank, my current wish list that is with Hermes in the boutique is for an Hermes Birkin 25 in a bright colour. That is still what I would love to have. And I will still want to have and buy the originals of these bags. But I have to admit to being intrigued by this Workin, because it is such a good likeness. It's obviously not a Birkin. Nobody is going into Walmart and paying $78 and thinking that they're getting a Birkin. It does not say on it Hermes, Paris. It is not a Birkin. So it's not as if it is a fake of a Birkin or a counterfeit of a Birkin. It's very much a dupe. Now, it's a very close dupe in that it's very, very close to the actual Birkin. Looks very similar. As I said, it comes with the key and it comes with the clochette and has these little things. Very, very similar. But I really liked the orange one. And as I was saying earlier, being a lover of colour, I just can't get a Birkin in all those different colours. 1, the availability from the store. 2, the cost. 3, the cost if you're going to try and buy them pre-loved. But I do think that the Workin version is really interesting. Now, it's very close to the original. It's a dupe bordering on being very, very close. Is it the same as buying a Birkin? No, of course it's not. It's not the same as getting the bag from the store. It doesn't have the same craftsmanship. It doesn't have the same workmanship. It couldn't. Doesn't have the same quality of leather. Doesn't have the same heritage of the brand. So it is not a Birkin. But if you're looking for a bag to carry about that looks like a Birkin, very close to a Birkin, but without spending the sort of money that a Birkin costs, it's a really good option. And I did come across an article on this online, and it was talking about the response of a lot of shoppers, because this is practically sold out. You can't get these. I was a bit disappointed the orange is gone. And if they bring more bright colours, I'm going to be more disappointed. But it speaks to where people are at, I think, with one, not obviously everybody is in a position to buy a Birkin. This is a very privileged position given the cost of these. But also I think a lot of the sentiment about Hermes. Again, putting my hand up, very much on the roll with Hermes at the minute and loving it. Loving Hermes since this little beauty came along. Just have been reinvigorated with the brand and absolutely love that. And it has definitely sparked my interest again. But there is a huge sentiment out there of people who just do not get Hermes. That will not play the game. I will not play the game in that I will not buy things I do not want. Exactly the reason why I got a reseller to buy exactly what I did want. Right colour, exact colour, size, leather, hardware, all of that. But I will still buy from Hermes. I will still buy from the brand. I have the fashion jewellery. I love their fashion jewellery. I love my blanket. I love the plate that I have. I also love their leather notebook covers. I got one for a friend and I'm interested in getting one for myself because I love stationery. So there is things about the brand that I love and I will buy. There are people though that just will not do that because they think that Hermes is pretentious and they think that Hermes is trying to be superior and it is trying to make exclusivity. Of course it's trying to make exclusivity. But some people think it goes too far. Don't drop the Birkin. This is not a Birkin. But some people think that Hermes go too far in being pretentious and they make their bags unavailable to an awful lot of people. Now, Hermes will probably tell you they don't want their bags to be available to an awful lot of people. They want to keep that exclusivity. They are the brand that has done that best. They are the brand that has the hype and the marketing. And if you watched that interview recently with the higher up of Hermes saying, no, you just have to wait, and when the bags are ready, they're ready. And they don't have a marketing department, but we all know that Hermes keeps exclusivity because they keep scarcity, and then demand rises because people want what is scarce. That's human nature. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that part of the appeal of this wasn't because I wanted to have a Birkin. I've admitted that before. I am a handbag lover, kind of quasi-accepted a handbag collector. I wanted a Birkin in my collection. Part of that want though is because it's really hard to get and it's scarce and it's not on every shop corner and it's not something that's easily attainable. Of course that's part of it because it's human nature, it's a human weakness on my part, I would say, with handbags. And some people just think that Hermes go too far with that and they make it too pretentious that it's a brand that makes you almost beg to spend your money with them because you can't just walk in and buy these things. And I said in my last video, I waited 4.5 years for this. And I got a lot of comments on the videos about that going, that is ridiculous. I would not have a brand make me wait for 4.5 years to spend my money. Because when it comes around to them offering you a bag, they're not offering you it for free. You still have to buy it. And it's still thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds or dollars. So to make you wait that length of time, a lot of people just felt was absolutely ridiculous. And felt I am not going to be made to wait that long to spend my money on a bag. If you don't want my money and you don't want to give me the bag, I'm not shopping with you. I got a lot of that in the comment box and I got a lot of that on TikTok. And I got a lot of people saying, why would you buy things? Because I made a video on TikTok talking about what I had bought before, and I did it on YouTube, what I had bought with the store before I was offered the Mini Kelly. And I got so many comments saying, that's ridiculous. Why would you buy those things to then have a chance to spend more money with a brand? Well, one, I bought those things because I wanted those things. And two, I still wanted this. This bag I really, really, really wanted. And I don't have the finances to go and drop £25,000 on a brand new one from a reseller. And that's basically, if you want a new one of those, what you're talking about. So yes, I did wait and I was delighted to get the bag. And I will be honest with you, I felt fabulous being able to buy this bag because I've wanted this bag for so long. But I do get that sentiment. I do understand people saying, I am not going to wait around for months and years, buy other things, because I know some countries as well, we in Europe have the wish list system. So you can register your wish for a bag. It doesn't depend on pre-spend. Might play a part of it in some stores, but it's not meant to depend on pre-spend. And I certainly hadn't bought an awful lot before I was offered the Mini Kelly, although it was 4.5 years. But in countries outside of Europe, it's not done like that. You can register your wishes and your interest in the bag, but pre-spend definitely is a bigger thing. And pre-spend gets taken into account. And I can totally understand why a lot of people are saying, no, not doing that. It's ridiculous. Will not beg a brand to take my money. You don't want to sell me the bag? I'm not giving you my money. And those people, I think, are going to be even more, if they have any interest in this style of bag, they're going to be interested in the Birkin or the Walmart Birkin. Still laughing at that name. Even if they're maybe not loving the style of it, I also think people are going to be interested in the bag almost as a 2 fingers up to Hermes. Almost as an FU, because you make your bag so unattainable and so exclusive, and you try to block out the normal person, and you try to make it that normal, everyday, hardworking people like myself have to, although I accept, before I get comments in the comment box, I accept I'm in a privileged position. I accept that I'm now at a point in my career and in my life, and I have different streams of income, that I was able to do that. I was able to go and buy that. It wasn't done flippantly. It definitely made a dent, but I was able to do it. But a lot of people are going to be thinking, even if they don't love the style of this, when they look at the working, they're going to be thinking, yeah, F you or miss. You have tried to do this. You've tried to make this hierarchy. You've tried to make this exclusivity. You've tried to make us feel like we are not good enough to get your bag. You've tried to make people feel as if you're not worthy and we will not give you the opportunity to get the bag. Remember the clip with Samantha and Sex and the City? And they're going to, I think, go, give me a Birkin. We'll show them. Give me the Walmart Birkin. Let's rock the version of the Birkin that is open to everyone. Well, it's not open to everyone now because it's sold out, so you're going to have to be fast as fingers first. But it's $78 for a full leather bag. Phew, that is a fabulous price. You're still getting the aesthetic of this. It looks very similar, but you're not jumping through those hoops. You're not waiting that length of time, subject to them getting more in and restocking them pretty quickly. And you're not having to almost prove your worth as a buyer. Even when I say that, I want to cringe. But you're not having to prove your worth as a buyer to be allowed to buy the Birkin or to be allowed to buy the Kelly or whatever it is, because I'm sure that'll come next. And I can understand why the Birkin Walmart version Birkin is going viral over on TikTok. And I can understand why it's sold out. The orange version I think looks fabulous. I really, really do. The other colours, probably just because the orange is the brightest and that's what's speaking to me. They had some more staple colours, but I can understand why it's gone. And I watched one unboxing on TikTok that was a bright green, and it reminded me of bamboo from Hermes, and I would have taken that. If we're going to sit here and be honest, while I am waiting for the next Birkin to come, because I'm not going to tell you that I still wouldn't buy a Birkin, of course I would. If I get to the point that my wish comes into Hermes and I am offered the chance to buy another 25 in a bright colour from the store at the store price without paying a reseller, absolutely. Even if I've 10 Birkins in the background, I am buying that Birkin from Hermes, because the Birkin is not a Birkin. It's a Birkin in the Birkin. Wow, this is blowing my brain a bit. It's not the same bag. Of course it's not. Nobody thinks that it is. So even if I had bought 8 of the Walmart versions, I'm still going to go and buy the Birkin if I get the opportunity to. But can I sit here and tell you that if Walmart was easily attainable in the UK and Ireland, I wouldn't buy one of the bright colours? Don't know if I can tell you that, because there's sometimes that you don't want to take the Birkin and fling it about. And I am pretty carefree with my bags, and they go under coffee tables and they go round and about and I drop them, we all know that. But can I tell you that I wouldn't want, if I want this aesthetic in a really bright colour and I had one that was $78, which is about, what, 55 to 60 pounds, and it's leather, and I can take it to places that I'm not going to have to worry about it, and I'm not going to have to worry about it for security. I'm not going to have to worry about it for kicking it under floors and under seats and under things like that. I'm not going to have to worry about having a very branded bag, and maybe it's not a place where heavy branding, not that the Hermes I think is heavily branded, but if you know, you know. Maybe if it's somewhere that I'm thinking I don't want to take a Birkin, I don't want to take that level of a bag, but I could still have that aesthetic in a bright colour. Can't sit here and tell you I wouldn't buy one. I did use for a very long time this. This is a Teddy Blake bag, but let's be honest, it's a dupe of the Kelly. Let's put them side by side. Now, this is not as similar to the Kelly as the Walmart Birkin is. The Walmart Birkin, it's pretty spot on. This, there's more differences. You can see that they have been conscious to not make this an exact. But I used this for a long time when I didn't have another orange bag and I wanted a bag of this shape and this colour. And it looks like a Kelly. It's a Kelly dupe. I think it's a Kelly dupe. And I had no problem using this for a long time before this came along. So I'm not going to have a problem using a Walmart Birkin in circumstances where I don't want to use an actual Birkin. And if I can get it in really bright, fun colours, because I'm not going to have the affordability or the accessibility to buy those bright, fun colours from Hermes, yeah, I'm going to be on that trend. And I can absolutely see why the Workin has gone viral, why it is sold out, why it's impossible to get, and why TikTok is exploding about it. It's all over TikTok. There's so much talk and videos and chat about it. That, yeah, I get it. I understand it. And is there anything wrong with there being a version? Now, I'm not talking about copyright law and how close it is and whether or not it's an infringement. Let's not be discussing that right now. That's not what I am talking about. I'm sure Hermes will be looking at that. I'm sure they will be looking at how close it is. They will be looking whether or not it infringes trademark. Are we going to ask, well, what are Hermes going to do now that there is a Walmart Birkin? I don't think they're going to do very much, and I don't think they're going to care very much. There has always been counterfeits. There has always been fakes. There's always been bags available that look very like it. If you are an Hermes lover, as I just said, they cannot keep up their supply with the demand. If you're a bag lover, if you're an Hermes lover, if you're a luxury bag collector enthusiast, whatever you want to call us crazies, you're still going to go and buy the Birkin. It's not going to impact Hermes's bottom line. It's not going to mean that they suddenly have lots of them sitting on shelves and they can't shift them. Absolutely not. Because there's a lot of people, like myself, that are still going to go and buy the original. Now, I am probably in the middle group in that I would also go and buy a Walmart one for the crack. Yeah, if I had somewhere to use it, like taking it to my son's football match. Although I've taken this, I'd be more comfortable taking the Walmart version. There are going to be a lot of people, though, that wouldn't touch the Walmart version. They would just never buy a dupe. So I don't think it's going to do a thing to Hermes's bottom line. But I do think that the Walmart version is going to continue to take off because it's making this so much more accessible to a lot of people. It's opening the door to a lot of people to the bag that is very similar to the Birkin. They're going to get that look and that aesthetic. But I also think there's going to be a big group of people that what they love about it also is that it's almost going to Hermes, well, screw you. Because you won't give me one. I can't get one of those. I'm not even close to that. But I have got my version of it and I'm going to rock it. What do you think of this? Were you even aware of it? I was only aware of it from TikTok. I saw it exploding on my For You page, all about the Workin, and I thought, what is going on here? And I kept scrolling and went down the rabbit hole to find out more and more and more. What do you think of it? Would you buy one? Would you not buy one? Do you understand why it's gone viral and the hype, or do you just think it's another dupe and another copy and you would have no interest in knowing anything about it? Let me know in the comment box because I do think it's very interesting what your views are. Thank you so much for watching this. If you've enjoyed it in any way, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care and I will see you again in the next one.